This is a full training session that I put David and his friend through about a year ago. This is a full training session. We're going to be working on shooting for the most part. However, we are going to be getting into our shot in different ways. First, we're going to be looking at the snatchback and mid-range style shots, and then we're going to be transitioning into three-point shooting and different drills that you can do off of that. I hope that all of the drills that I cover in this video help you become a better basketball player. David is a fantastic shooting guard and also a great point guard. These were point guard and shooting guard skills that we worked on in this training session. If you want to become a better point guard or a better shooting guard, make sure to go check out the point guard drills that are down in the description below, or the shooting guard blueprint that is also down in the description below, so that you can become a better point guard and better shooting guard. Okay, so this first move is very basic. It is basically the most basic snatchback move that you can actually do. And it's the picture perfect one that you can actually see online a lot. And that is, you stop really quick, you go do a reverse through the legs behind the back of your legs, and then you pull for a shot. This is one of those moves that you do really quick, because let's say you just beat your defender. Let's say his shoulders just turned and he's sprinting to keep up with you. If you just snatch back and pull really quick, he's going to be way past you, and you're going to be able to get yourself an open shot. Okay, so you do this move by just simply taking one big step forward as your last step, and then you do a crossover back in the opposite direction. Now, we've switched to behind the back, and you can do a couple of different options off of this as well. As you can see with David, he does kind of like a side step or a step back. That just creates extra space between yourself and your defender. You always want to try and create more space between yourself and your defender, because let's say he has long arms. Well, guess what? He's going to potentially still be able to keep up with you, or at least have the wingspan to be able to block your shot. So having that extra little step back or side step is actually massively beneficial to you. And whatever you do on one side, you can do on the other, as we can see right here. Now, you can actually add different options into this also. So you can attack the basket in the opposite direction as you were before, because now, let's say your defender's shoulders are facing away from you and you snatch back, they're going to take all that time to turn back around to continue to guard you. And when in reality, after you do that snatch back, if you can attack in the opposite direction, preferably with zero dribbles, as we see David do right here, where he is not using any dribbles to be able to then finish at the rim after that snatchback. That is preferable in my mind, because now if you've got help or gap defenders that are now closing in on you and you take a dribble, the ball is going to be gone. So anytime you're attacking the basket and you do a crossover, in my mind, 90% of the time you should just pick up the ball and finish with a layup, because now, after that cross, you've changed directions. You're going to get extra different defenders coming in guarding you, and you need to be able to pick that ball up and just finish quick. Throughout this video, you will also see how David finishes with different finishes, sometimes like this one where it's a really high arcing floater. The idea there is I am trying to be able to help him with different options around the rim, and that high arcing floater that we see is all about touch around the rim. And now what we are working on is the ability to do that snatchback and then adding in a killer cross style crossover. Now the idea here is you've recovered your defender. He's a very quick defender. Maybe he wasn't totally turned, and now he's recovered back to you. Killer crossover, back attack, jump shot, layup, floater, whatever it may be. But you want it on that crossover, you want to get low. You want to get really low, because that defender is probably not going to be low, which means that if you can get your shoulders lower than his and you want to get past him, you're going to have the leverage, you're going to have the ability, and that is what is going to allow you to be able to get past that defender. Now, to add on to the snatchback, after the snatchback, quick spin in the same direction as to where you were just going. The idea here is now, After you go in that direction, you've recovered your defender. Now, if you do that delayed spin as David was doing there, this is something that I really like, because this delayed spin right here is really going to throw your defender off, especially if he is starting to recover back to you. This is something that can really throw off the footwork of your defender. You can even attack off of this. You can do a quick shot fake hesitation without actually picking up the ball. Remember those hezzies? Do a quick hezzy, cross back. There's so many different options after this specific move, but you can just pull for a shot, as I have David doing right here. So in this first drill, what we are doing is a quick shuffle down to the corner from the wing, and then shuffling back up, lifting from the corner to the wing. The idea in this drill is, of course, this is going to be footwork that you're generally going to be using in game when players get the ball into the low post or when they drive. So by practicing that same footwork, getting ready, getting low, you're going to be able to get that shot off much faster once it comes to a game situation. Now, let's say you're coming off of a pin down screen in the corner and you've got a player with the ball, a point guard, at the point. If you are looking to shoot, and remember, you need to be able to have in your head before you actually do it in game what you're going to do. So if you see that your defender is getting stuck on that screen and you're using that screen as you should, and you're lifting to that wing and receiving that pass, you need to be able to hit that shot. So watch the footwork that David is using. He's hopping off of his outside foot to be able to land on both feet. Sometimes he's using his inside foot to be able to hop off onto both feet. This is going to allow him to be able to shoot faster, because now he's landing on 2 feet once he receives that ball, and then he's able to take that shot. Now, going on with the ability of being able to shoot off the cut, being able to catch and shoot really quickly, we need to do the same movements in practice as we do in games. So here, David is coming off of maybe a pin down screen from the post out to the wing, and he is then catching that ball and shooting. He's catching the ball on his outside foot, in this case, the right foot, and then he pushes off that right foot, left, right, into his shot. In Canada, we're allowed 2 steps because we use FIBA rules, and I really doubt that any referee will call this a travel in the States, because I have never seen him call it a travel in the States. So, because of that, I'm going to say that this move can be used in the States, but of course, if you get called for it, whatever. But in Canada and the rest of the world, this is a legal move that you can do, and it will allow you to get your right side in line with the basket. Now, you can call this a high cut. You can also call this an Iverson cut, but this is a move that is used a lot in game, whether it be from a middle school team of a play that they run, or just something that just magically happens in game where you just need to relocate yourself after a pass. Guess what? Being able to shoot off of a catch, off of an Iverson cut, is an extremely good skill to be able to have. Now, watch the footwork that David uses in this clip. He is planting his outside foot away from the ball first, and then he's turning his body as he catches that ball so that he's able to get his right side in line. This is extremely important to be able to shoot the ball better. If you can get your right side in line, you're going to be golden in game. Now we're going to get into some one-on-one shooting, and what we want to be able to do is to still use the exact same footwork as we just learned in those previous drills, and now we want to go in against some medium defense, not like tough, hard, insane defense, some medium defense to be able to contest the shots that we are taking. The idea here is to be able to allow us to still be competitive, to be able to then learn how to shoot the ball against a defender who may be contesting it just to contest it instead of trying to play overly hard and fouling you. Being able to shoot on a defender, understanding how much space you have to be able to get a shot off, things like that, will definitely allow you to be able to shoot the basketball better, but also faster in game. And in our final drill, we have Irdy passing the ball out to David. David is receiving that ball and shooting right away. The idea here is to be able to shoot the ball, timing how long it's going to take the defender to get to you so that you understand that how much time you have to shoot that ball. That is an extremely important skill to have, and being able to do that when in game will allow you to understand when it's a good shot or a bad shot, and when you're going to have a tight situation where you're going to be able to get it up, but you might not have a lot of space. David is a fantastic shooting guard and also a great point guard. These were point guard and shooting guard skills that we worked on in this training session. If you want to become a better point guard or a better shooting guard, make sure to go check out the point guard drills that are down in the description below, or the shooting guard blueprint that is also down in the description below, so that you can become a better point guard and better shooting guard. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe. Tell David that he did a fantastic job, and I will see you guys again in my next video.